Welcome to the Little Hut Podcast with Brown on Cleveland, Self, Little Kimmy, and of course, your host, Brown. That damn Brown on Cleveland. Yeah. Shake your pom poms. Shake your damn pom poms. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Little Hut Podcast. And of course, you got your girl, Kimberly F. Brown. Brown. That damn Brown on Cleveland. It's about 3 minutes after 10 p.m. And of course, I know my haters have already tuned in. So come on inside the hut because I may have something hot just for and yeah, you too. So, of course, I always got to say hello to my favorite girls, Aletha Johnson of Dream Team Realty at 216-375-3681. Only call her if your credit is good. Yeah. And if you're looking for a single home, duplex, commercial property, or new development, Aletha Johnson got you covered. Then, of course, I got to go to New Beginnings 1111 Creations. Darn right. So if you're looking for t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, tumblers, mugs, team uniforms. Don't forget that Angie Marie is the exclusive designer for Brown on Cleveland's I Hate the Little Hut podcast. You can call Angie right now, just for my haters, and order your I Hate Kimberly F. Brown t shirts at 216 395 7335. And of course, if you're hungry and if you're looking for some of the best soul food in the region, you need to reach out to Rhonda Stubbs and Flavor Southern Cuisine Restaurant. Rhonda is located in Garfield Heights, right there in the plaza at 12540 Rockside Road, Garfield Heights. That's 44125. And if you're looking for a place to hold your party, birthday party, baby shower, whatever the case may be, yeah, call her at 216 510 0919. Smack your lips and lick your fingers. All right? Flavor. Southern cuisine in the city of Garfield Heights. Brown. Woo! That damn Brown on Cleveland. And let me give a shout out to Ward 1 candidate, Lalisa Dollar. Now, I'm driving through Cleveland Ward 1 today, and I am beginning to see candidate Dollar's banners. Damn right, shake your pom poms, shake your pom poms. And of course, Joe Jones, he got his banners up as well. But let me say this to Cleveland Ward 1 residents. Now, here you have a newbie. Got it at least $1. How is she putting up banners and the folks who you would have thought would have been aggressive on the ground, they're taking you guys for granted. Listen, you guys, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I'm not going to tell you who to shake your pom poms for. But damn it, if they're putting the work in, maybe we need to be taking a different look. Don't let the media fool you talking about that state rep lady. Listen, she ain't putting in the sweat equity, and damn it, I said it. It looks like other candidates are. So, people Ward 1, make the right decisions because I live in this area and I'm going to make the right decisions too. All right. That wasn't even part of the show. Brown. That damn Brown on Cleveland. So tonight is going to be very interesting because we're going to learn about the pig. Pig the Fibber. It's a bedtime story, y'all. And it's coming up. Boy, this book is something else. It's for the kindergartners and the first graders and second graders. But sometimes grown folks who are senior citizens and almost 100 years old, like myself, sometimes we got to go back. down memory lane and find out, what these children books were really trying to tell us when we were toddlers, right? But before we do that, I got to play catch up. And one of my questions, and if the shoe fit, wear it. Why can't you keep any staff? You thought I didn't know about that, did you? Well, I'm not going to tell you who I'm talking about, but I find it very interesting that we have people in leadership positions and people don't even want to work for these jokers. Why? Because your attitude is too bad. Yep, I said it. So did. Brown on Cleveland, brown on Cleveland, brown on Cleveland. Also, too, everywhere I go, y'all, people are talking about the garage issue over in Maple Heights. I never knew that the Little Hut podcast had so many listeners. Everywhere I go, people are talking about the Little Hut, the Little Hut, the Little Hut, the Little Hut. I even got phone calls today. People were talking about the Little Hut, and some people are like, Kim, I listened to every single episode, and I had no idea that certain things were going on. Well, now you know. So stay tuned to the Little Hut podcast. But real quick, recap about the garage issue going down in the city of Maple Heights. We know about that issue. We know that the garage was hit back on June 6th, the same day as the Cleveland Pride Parade. We know that Mayor Blackwell admitted that her friend hit the garage. And I just want to know if the friend is a person that she put in a race to run against one of the incumbents. Well, that's coming out. Can't tell you now, but it is coming out. Also, too, to give you an update real quick, there was a second hearing that was held on Tuesday night. And y'all, guess what? Nobody showed up. Nobody. Yeah. Not the safety director. Nope. Not the service director. Nope. Not the council president. Nope. Not Councilman Tim Tatum. Nope. Not Councilwoman Tony Jones. Man, that is dereliction of duty. That is dereliction of duty, man. I don't care what nobody says. And basically, what that means is this: a person who purposely fails to perform an obligation without a valid excuse, especially an obligation attached to their job. Listen, y'all, like I told you before, they're council people and they can't even do right by the people. But yet and still, they want to talk about a situation that happened a year, 2 years ago. Hogwash, nonsense, don't make any sense. What matters now is that the taxpayers will not be taxed or not be forced to pay for something that is not their fault. So I only have this question here. The situation with the city garage in Maple Heights, does that lean on the side of corruption? Hmm. Or is that simple a mistake? Or maybe ignorance and carelessness. Not up to me, but you decide. Oh, yeah, one more thing before we go to the pig, the fibber. I heard somebody say the other day that, and this is like dumb. You're gonna say the reason why they upset with the council people who are being responsible in the city of Maple Heights is because they heard that the council people were not hard on the previous mayor, and he's not even a factor in the equation. But since you brought it up, let me address it. Don't say Mayor Lansky, but they being hard on the current mayor because she's a black woman. Hogwash, hogwash, damn it, hogwash. Because let me tell you this, I don't believe that Mayor Lansky, rest his soul, would ever allow his friend to crash into, City Hall garage and then try to cover it up and pass this on to taxpayers, right? I don't believe he would do that. So what you're saying is absolutely wrong. And I believe, and I'm standing strong, and I'll tell you guys this: stop making excuses for other people's behaviors. Stop making excuses. Either you're making excuses or you're saying they're mentally ill. What is it? Which one is it? Stop making excuses. Wrong is wrong, right is right. Damn it, I said it. Yeah, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Shake your pom pom, shake your pom pom, shake your pom poms. And like always, by the time I get off this podcast, I know my haters gonna be dragging me again. Either me, self, or Kimmy, don't care, on social media. Because last time when me and Dr. Dre was on air, I heard that the very next morning we had a dum dum at 7 o'clock in the morning riding in a car. Yeah, dogging a podcast. Don't matter what you say, don't matter what you say. I said what I said. We're gonna keep it at that. All right, let's get down to the get down for tonight, because I think this is gonna be pretty interesting. Do you guys remember this book? It's bedtime, people. It's bedtime stories. Yep, it's bedtime stories. Turn off your TV and let's read this book together. It's only like, I don't know, 15 pages. It's not that long. So let's read it. Let's revisit this, especially for those people who are running for, a school board position, or those who struggle with reading, or those who really can't understand basic, mathematics skills or reading skills or comprehensive skills. Let's read this book. It's called Pig the Fibber. Pig the Pug Fibber, right? All right, this is pretty interesting. Look at this picture. Woo, what does that tell you? All right, this is so funny, right? It says, no, it's a pig. It's a pig. It's a pig. It's a pig. This is so interesting. All right, let's start this. Let's start this. Look at that. Huh, look like a pug, not a pig, right? All right, it says, Pig was a pug. And I'm sorry to say, he would often tell lies just to get his own way. Sound familiar? Almost sound like politics. I mean, politics. I mean, okay, the pig. And when he would fib, he was awfully clever. When Pig got in trouble, he would always blame Trevor. I know they're not talking about my Trevor, not a Newberg. No, Trevor, this is not for you. You see, he would mess up the living room mat, and then he just point and say, Trevor did that. God, that sounds so familiar. Look, a little cuckoo right there, right? It says, or he shatter a beautiful vase full of flowers, and then he would say, Trevor's been crazy for hours. Hmm. Sounds like somebody crashed somewhere, right? And who did they blame? Or they tried to hide the shame. He once even ripped up a lovely old dress. Then he hid behind Trevor and made him confess. So you're forcing people to confess for something that they didn't do? Sound familiar? Sounds familiar to me too. Why do you do this? Asked poor little Trevor. He says, I thought we were friends, but Pig said, whatever. Hmm. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging in the scene with the gangster lead. You backstabber. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Brown on Cleveland. Then came the day of Pig's sneakiest plan. He said, I will steal all the treats that I can. Oh, so now you're just going to steal. Hmm. They keep them up there and the closet up high. But before I can get them, I need a good lie. Why? Why would you lie? Oh, I see. You wanted to blame somebody else, or you were hoping that you would not get caught. He says, and with that, he let rip. It was stinky and grim. Then he pointed at Trevor and said it was him. So now you just blaming people for your mess and your unrest. Who is this in my chat? I got my stalkers. My stalker's back. He's saying things are boring. I knew I couldn't get rid of that stalker from Maple Heights. He's a cyber stalker, but we welcome you to the Little Hut podcast. It's always great to not see you, but I see you here. That's good. Terrible, terrible, terrible. He's my number one fan. His name is Dan, and he's a stalker. And that's his plan. So Trevor was taken outside for some air. This was Pig's chance, and he climbed on a chair. Those treats will be mine, and I'll gobble them all. But behind all those treats, guess what, y'all? Dan and Trevor will fall. And what happened? Here's what happened. A bowling ball, Dan, fell on his head, and hopefully he had a headache and went to bed. Just like you. Here we go. These days it's different. I'm happy to say Pig has stopped lying. Hip, hip, hooray. He may have some bruises and one less front tooth, but he sure learned his lesson. And that is the truth. So there you go. It's called Pig the Pug Fibber. And it reminds me of some politicians. You see, because Here's the situation. This is the reason why Dan, the man, the cyber stalker without a plan, this is the reason why you guys can't get stuff done. It's because some people are so engulfed and so busy trying to cover up corruption, trying to cover up purposeful negative acts that they have the ability to fool the average citizen. You know why? Because citizens sometimes they don't read and they simply don't think. Basically, here's what happens. People become fans of these people. So when you become a fan, sometimes your vision is so blurred. You don't understand right from wrong or wrong from right. So you become just like the lion pig without a fight. So here's what I'm not going to do. Not at all. I'm not going to argue or plead a case with a cyber stalker. Won't do that. I will not even argue and plead a case with a person who has no life, no vision, no nothing. But they find a way to come on your page even when you block them. That's when you know they're cyber stalker. Just a cyber stalker. But the situation at hand is tonight. I wanted to make sure you guys understood a good fight. If you don't have this book, I suggest that you go to the library, look up Aaron Blabby, right? And Google Pig the Fibber. It is a antidote for people who actually want to know what's going on in everyday life. You have people who will just tell lies, just tell lies, just tell lies for no reason whatsoever. And then what they'll do, they'll blame other people and they'll try to misuse you. And then you got dum dums who end up on somebody's podcast trying to say something is boring. Well, it can't be too boring because you're listening. I guarantee you that this dude did everything in his power to find out how to get back on Brown on Cleveland. He probably got a new phone. He probably got a new password just to come back to see Brown on Cleveland. It's like what I told you guys last week when I was hanging out with Dr. Dre. Remember he was on a show and we was talking about everything that was going on in that city, not just that city, but the city of Cleveland. I mean, everywhere. We was just talking about stuff like that. I guarantee you that he probably felt as though, he was being ignored. He was missing out on the trashy, the ghetto podcast that he can't stand and hate. But for some reason, he sure stayed up late to listen to this podcast. So here's what I'm gonna do, Stalker Dan. I want you to contact Angie Marie of Maple Heights because I know that you know her. And I want you to ask her for a Brown on Cleveland, I hate Kimberly F. Brown t-shirt. And the person that I am, being so kind, I'm going to make sure that I mail you one. So therefore you can wear it around your city and shake your pom poms, shake your pom poms, shake your pom poms. Damn it. Just shake your pom poms. So let me say this being serious now. The situation with the garage is very serious. I have a lot of people asking me now if I would consider that to be a hit and run. Well, I'm not the police. No, I'm not the police, not at all. I don't know if it was a hit and run. I don't know if it could be considered to be a hit and run. All I know is this is that there was no police report and there was no insurance claim. What I know is that the city administrator, that's your public safety director, tried to pass the bill to residents and taxpayers. And that's for real. So listen, you can try to criticize me all day long. At the end of the day, the question is this: do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help me God. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help me God. And when you use the term God, talk about the higher power, then I expect for you to tell the truth. Again, that nonsense about picking on somebody because nobody picked on the previous mayor, the former mayor, Mayor Lansky, is hogwash. Everybody in a leadership position has a right to be questioned. They have a right to be questioned. You work for the public. The public does not work for you. It doesn't matter how many excuses you make. It does not matter. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and this is the way we should be living our life. The other thing is this: there was a hearing that just took place on yesterday, and people got the mitigated gall, the arrogance to not show up. Again, your council president didn't show up. That's why his ass will no longer be part of the city of Maple Heights. Because, listen, y'all mayor got rid of him. Again, like I stated, yeah, she put that guy in the race, but he ain't the one that's going to win the seat. The one who's going to win is Dana Anderson because she's the only qualified candidate in the race. So, Maple Heights, when you see me in your community, you guys always have these questions for me. And all I will say is this: keep watching the Little Hut podcast because this is a hot story. This story is still developing, and I'm not going to allow this story to go to sleep, not under my watch. Brown, 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 damn it, that damn brown on Cleveland. And I don't care who don't like it because you're not going to do anything to me, not one damn thing. So let me tell you guys what's coming up on Friday. Friday, I have a special guest that I'm trying to confirm from a national perspective, and I really hope that she can make it because the show will definitely be, totally off the hook. It's going to be off the radar, and it's something that no one would ever expect for this person to come inside the Little Hut podcast. The other thing is this: don't forget Sunday we're going into the city of Garfield Heights. We have Chloe Dozier, who's running for school board of the city of Garfield Heights. And we know that within the past year, there has been a lot of issues going on with that school board. The question is, will Chloe Dozier, if elected, will she be able to make a difference in the city of Garfield Heights? We don't know, but we're going to be talking to her. The other person that's coming, now this is going to be fire. We have Cleveland Council candidate Terry Wong. She's coming inside the hut. And when I tell you this lady is fire, this lady is fire. You definitely want to hold on to your seat and probably call the fire department. This woman knows her stuff. And guess what? She ain't scared. And this is what we appreciate about her when she come into the hut. And don't forget that we have, let's see, Elliot Forehand, former state rep, who's now running for, I think he's running for Attorney General for the state of Ohio. He will be here on Friday, twofold. One, to talk about his run for a state office seat, and then two, to talk about that situation that happened with state rep Juanita Brent, how he won his court case against her, and the civil lawsuit that's in the courts right now. Can he tell his story? Will he win? Will he lose? Listen, I don't know. But Elliot Forehand is coming. He's returning to the Little Hut podcast. And because we are getting a lot of requests to come on this trashy show, Dan, this ghetto show, the show that's making more money than what you get per month in your Social Security check. They coming. They coming. Damn it. They are coming. So people like the hut. Why? Because the hut is very informative. Why? Because the hut is very educational. Why? Because the hut is very entertaining. Why? Because people stay up all night at 10 o'clock and they watch it just like you. So again, thank you for coming inside the hut. Kimberly Brown is officially on vacation. So, of course, I got a lot of things to do. Maybe going out of town, maybe not. No, I think I better stay here and bother you. Brown, 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 that damn brown on Cleveland. Oh, one more thing I need to tell you guys. I've been getting a lot of requests for sponsorships. I don't know if I'm gonna do sponsorships. I'm not really sure. I pulled my sponsorship once. I don't know if I want to go back down that aisle with people, all those different people. Number one. Number two, people have been asking me how to become a guest on the Little Hut podcast. And I'm talking about candidates. And what I will say is this: I do not reach out to anyone to come inside the Little Hut podcast. If you are interested and you are a bona fide candidate, and I mean bona fide simply mean I do not entertain people who are write-in candidates, because I truly believe, me and Self and Lil Kimmy believe, that you did not put in enough sweat equity to sit next to Kimberly F. Brown, Brown on Cleveland, Lil Kimmy, and Self. But other candidates, be it that I like you or not, really don't matter. Don't matter to me. Don't matter to me. If you got something to say and you trying to get some pom-pom shaking as you go into the primary election or the general election, feel free to reach out, because we are fair. Brown, 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 that damn brown on Cleveland. And it's time for me to get out of here. Yeah. Very simple show today. Very simple. Yeah, not too hard on you. Just enough because I wanted to respond to all these people in Maple Heights, because every time I go in Maple Heights every single day, people got questions. They do. And I don't want to talk to people on an individual basis. So I just tell them, listen to the podcast, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. So I'll be back in your city tomorrow, door knocking. Make door knock your street. So listen, you guys have a great week. If you guys are going to the Labor Day parade, maybe I'll see you there if I decide to cover the story, show up. I haven't decided yet. I think I got stuff to do. I don't know if I want to be bothered with that. And I don't even know if I want to be bothered with you. Anyway, brown, 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 that darn brown on Cleveland. Woo! Shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms, shake your pom-poms, damn it. Yeah. Always remember this. Listen, if you need me, call me. I may call you back. Probably not, because like I said, y'all done got on my last nerves, right? But listen, really, if you talk about me, you know I'm gonna talk about you back. If you talk about me in private, I'm damn sure gonna talk about you in public. So if you come for me like you did, I'm damn sure gonna come for you. Don't care, simply don't care. All right? But always remember, you don't have to be a star, baby. You don't have to be a star, baby. You don't have to be a star, baby, to be on this show. You don't have to be a star, baby. Shake your pom poms. Shake your pom poms. Shake your pom poms, damn it. Shake, shake, shake your pom poms. And thank you for coming inside the Little Hut podcast. Pig the Fibber, Brown on Cleveland Self.